Yes, it is the man with no mouth. He just has a microphone. Good morning, children. It is Sing the Word. And this morning, as I said in my little notes on the Vimeo, I was looking for a verse that had the word precious in it. I just love that word. It's just the idea of something that's of great value, of much desire. You really want something precious. And the Old Testament talked about precious stones, and more precious than gold are some of the things of God. But it was not to be, because I looked further past where the word precious was used in 1 Peter chapter 1. And I looked down a little further and I saw this. Let's get right to it. And though you have not seen him, you love him, and though you do not see him now, but believe in him, and though you have not seen him, you love him, and though you do not see him now, but believe in him, you greatly rejoice with joy inexpressible and full of glory, obtaining as the outcome of your faith the salvation of your souls. And though you have not seen him, you love him, and though you do not see him now, but believe in him, and though you have not seen him, you love him, and though you do not see him now, but believe in him, you greatly rejoice with joy inexpressible and full of glory, obtaining as the outcome of your faith the salvation of your souls. You greatly rejoice with joy inexpressible and full of glory, obtaining as the outcome of your faith the salvation of your souls. The salvation of your souls. The salvation of your souls. Oh, goodness gracious. Monday morning, really early. I'm talking a little soft. I'm sorry if it's a little soft. Let me crank up the volume here a little more. Oh, hi. No, more. There's a little more. Okay, that's better. Watching us sing the word. Purveyor TJ. And today we are talking about the outcome of your faith. Now, there are two groups of people who love God in this world. The people who have seen him, which is a very, very small number. Oh, let me crank this up too. Okay. Better. Oh, it's better. Okay. People who have seen God physically. Moses saw God, sort of. Not quite. Couldn't see the whole thing, but he did get a little glimpse of God. And everybody who hung out with Jesus, who saw Jesus, the crowds, got glimpses, but there were disciples, 72 people who lived with him and did stuff with him, and he sent them out on little missions and journeys, and those are the people that actually experienced and saw Christ in a way that none of us ever will. But then there's the others who have never seen God physically, and this is what Peter is talking about this morning. So, and though you have not seen him, so he just sets it up right away. He just says, okay, look, you haven't seen this guy. So what is going on with this? And though you have not seen him, you love him. Now, if that's you, you are loving, worshiping, trusting, relying on somebody you have never physically seen. And yes, there are a few of us who have had glimpses of maybe visions, but we've never physically seen the tangible Christ that lived for 33 years on this earth. So we are in the larger, much larger group. And we are the ones who have not seen him. You love him, and though you do not see him now, but believe in him. So you see the dichotomy here. And Jesus said this. He said, blessed are you who have seen, but blessed are those who have not seen. And that's us. Those are the people that love God and have not actually shook his hand, touched the hem of his garment, washed his feet. There are so many experiences that I will love to hear about when I get to heaven. I want to hear about people who actually experienced Christ. And most of them really didn't know what they had in front of them. They didn't realize. And if they had, they might have acted differently, but they acted the way they did. Say that here. Now here we are. We have not seen Christ, and we love him and believe in him. Now because of that, you greatly rejoice with joy inexpressible. Now, this is such an amazing thing. So like if your relationship with Christ, if our relationship with Christ is not rejoicing greatly with joy inexpressible, if you're not ecstatic, if we're not like just dying to get in the Bible in the morning, if we're not just excruciatingly in pain until we are focused on Jesus, we might not be experiencing him the way that we really could, that we really should be experiencing him. There are times when I have delved into something similar to what is being described here, but I don't know. It's not a lifestyle. And that is my desire, and that's my desire for me and for you, is that you develop a Jesus lifestyle. And stuff like this makes you ecstatic. Even though I suck at singing, well, kind of suck. I'm not horrible, but I'm not the greatest either. But even though the production quality, I don't have an orchestra, I don't have like a full stage with like an LED wall. I am here sitting in a chair talking about Jesus, and we as believers have the opportunity, have the ability to greatly rejoice with joy inexpressible and full of glory. Okay, so that's the happiness. Now, what comes after all of this? Obtaining, wait a second, there's more? The joy wasn't enough? No, it wasn't. Obtaining as the outcome of your faith the salvation of your souls. So that's why I call this song Outcome of Your Faith. It's like, what's in it for you? And it's WIIFY. There's some silly acronym about this. But what's in it for us? Just the salvation of your soul. Now you're like, well, some of us might think, well, what's so great about that? I mean, what do I need to be saved from? What am I getting saved into? All this stuff. Children. Those of us who have a glimpse, have a smackerel of insight as to what the salvation of our soul is, that's just stunning. We get the joy, inexpressible. We get joy that is also full of glory. Just as, man, is this really happening? Is this real? Yes, it is. It's totally real. Yeah. And that's what we get. We get the joy of the Lord. The joy of the Lord. And we get the salvation of our souls. 2 verses that just sum up the benefit of loving God, of loving Christ. And here we are on a Monday morning at Stupid 30, being blessed, rejoicing with joy inexpressible, full of glory. And wait, there's more. Obtaining the outcome of your faith, the salvation of your souls. And though you have not seen him, you love him, and though you do not see him now, but believe in him. And though you have not seen him, you love him, and though you do not see him now, but believe in him, you greatly rejoice with joy inexpressible and full of glory, obtaining as the outcome of your faith the salvation of your soul. You greatly rejoice with joy inexpressible and full of glory, obtaining as the outcome of your faith the salvation of your souls. The salvation of your souls. The salvation of your souls. Let the word of Christ dwell in you richly in all wisdom, teaching, admonishing one another with psalms, hymns, spiritual songs, singing with grace in your hearts to the Lord, and obtaining. What are you gonna obtain? That's the quiz. I hope you know what you're going to obtain, because it's pretty good. We'll see you tomorrow, children. God richly and abundantly give you favor and blessing.